Hello and welcome to the Beer League Benchwarmers, the podcast. I guess that's the premise is we're in a beer league and not playing. We're just chilling. So we're talking about stuff. And today we're talking about, I guess, Christmas. I don't know exactly what that entails. The Mandalorian and the NHL. That was bad. I'm sorry. I'm tired. But let's keep going. All right. Do we have anything in mind we want to talk about for Christmas? By the way, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. I don't know.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I sat here and ate big cookies. That was my Christmas.
Nice theme.
Oh, I got the shirt too. Wait.
Everybody have a nice Christmas so far?
Oh yeah, as bad as as good as it can be.
Just
Yeah.
another day.
Just another day. What are you drinking, Jake?
A hot chocolate bomb.
Ooh, I've heard about those. Those are all the rage on Instagram.
It's okay. It's not worth the rage.
You didn't take a video? Did you take a video?
No.
That's the thing, I think. The Instagram trends, they're only worth it if you take a video.
Good thing I don't have Instagram, Jake.
Yeah, I don't have Instagram, so
I don't know. I think I've posted like 3 pictures on my Instagram. I don't even know what it's called. So I can't really
Instagram?
plug it. No, like what my name is or anything. But yeah, it's Christmas, but whatever. We did our calls with people. I haven't talked to my dad though. I should probably do that.
it would
That'd
be
be a good
nice.
idea.
I called him, but he didn't answer. That's a different thing. Anyone get anything cool for Christmas?
Got this
Including
cool shirt.
sabers.
It's a hockey fight
Fights
cancer.
Ah, okay. That's
Yep.
pretty cool.
I got pajamas.
Nice.
Love pajamas.
I got like 4 different pairs of pajamas.
Yep.
There's so much room for pajamas this year.
Wearing
Oh, sweet.
There you go.
Royal Blue Sabres
Nice.
pajamas.
Those are awesome.
I'll be getting a GoPro. Just waiting for it to be delivered, I guess.
I got Di Serono.
There you go.
It's,
I
it's
got
like that cherry almond stuff.
almost
Amarato,
Greta.
Amarato, something like that. Yeah. It's Italian.
Italian. What did you say, Sean?
I said I got AirPods.
Ooh, those are nice.
I like
How's the sound quality for music and stuff?
Very good.
That's cool.
And then I got Autumn. I got her one of those Shark iRobot vacuums. She wanted one.
Oh, the bots that roll around and
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
I would want that, except I don't need it to smear my dog's crap whenever.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm worried about with the cat throw up.
Yeah, be a bigger. What the hell are you
Nope.
doing, Kyle?
I don't know. It's Christmas.
I've
I
seen
got a
those-
few.
Those horror pictures online of those happening to people. So
What?
Yeah.
that you've never seen the pictures or videos of the Roombas or iRobot vacuums running over somebody's dog's shit and
Yeah.
spraying it into the carpet.
Oh God, I hate
Yeah.
those.
my mom had one that would for whatever reason it was defective, but it would get to a ledge like the stairs, and they're supposed to avoid all that with their sensors, but it would get to the ledges of the stairs and like the porch and whatever, and then it would back up and then speed up and jump off of the stairs.
Suicidal. Oh,
Yo, that's awesome.
Kamikaze vacuum.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
it's a cry for attention.
something. I mean, I knew the stairs were there. Obviously, I knew I had to get down the stairs. So
Just had to speed
Oh
up.
my God, that's
That's
awful.
it's funny.
Nice.
I don't think
Amazing.
it'd be worth it for us.
Kyle, did you get anything fun and exciting?
I can't really think right now. I got a neck gaiter. It's pretty cool.
What is that?
It's a thing you put around your neck and you can
Oh,
throw it
okay.
over your face like a scarf kind of thing.
Oh, okay, it's a face mask type deal, right?
I did not get any socks, unfortunately.
The Gators are cool, but they're not considered face coverings now.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Oh, really?
So I had one, and then the CDC changed its guidelines and all that, and Gators are not. You need to have a face covering with a loop behind the ears.
Okay. Well,
It's still cool.
It's good for warmth. I might take it running, maybe.
I was gonna say for your walks and stuff like that, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
But as far as like going into establishments,
PSA by Jake. About
Good to know.
They look cooler than
the knowledge is power. We're gaining power on this podcast. All right.
only.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's been a long day.
Sure has.
Exciting.
I probably got some cool stuff.
What'd you get? Did you get Alicia?
The TV show, the hit TV show, 6 Feet Under. She really likes that and hasn't seen it in a few years.
Show.
You've seen it, I take it.
Yes.
I started watching it and I fell out of it, but I should probably try it again.
I watched it when it was on air, when it was on HBO. My parents told me about it, and they're like, "You probably shouldn't watch this show." And then I started watching it. It's a great show.
Never even heard of it.
It's a family drama about a family that owns a funeral home.
Yeah.
Michael C. Riley? No, C. Hall? Michael C. Hall.
The guy that's from Dexter, he's in it. Can't think of his name. One of the brothers that's in the show is one of the people that's on Parenthood. I think that the one is.
I don't know.
I don't watch too much TV shows.
Don't like unless they're Disney TV shows. You just don't watch them.
No, a lot of the shows that I do watch are not Disney. Well, I'm not watching with the kids.
Oh, I suppose. But then you do like TV.
The shows that I like are not Disney.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I watch a lot.
Okay.
I could probably count on one hand the amount of shows that I watched in the last 10 years.
So 10. Whoops.
Okay.
That was embarrassing.
Good job, Kyle.
Let me find another one. All right. Anything else about Christmas? I'm not feeling talking about it. So do we want to move on to Mandalorian?
I'm fine with that. I don't have a whole lot going on for Christmas either. I mean, obviously it's a pandemic, so can't do a whole lot.
Mariah Carey?
Jesus.
Oh, that's so low res.
It's a shame.
I was told this is an iconic Christmas thing, but apparently
Before her big job.
Yeah.
How about this? This is pretty cool.
Who's that?
I don't know.
We all have
The
our
plaid-
names on here. I just realized that still.
The platters. That's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Chocolate. Yeah, Platters chocolate is kind of local.
North Tonawanda, it's in the same parking lot as Walmart.
Huh. Okay.
Wurlitzer building.
Ooh, that's a fun name for a building.
Hot chocolate bombs are also from Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah, they do them all up there. Some company, I forgot where. I think they're like country area, like Wilson maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah, fun
We
fact.
know our chocolate. We're chocolate people.
I like chocolate, but I don't make it. So I'm not like a chocolate company.
Okay, Willy Wonka.
Oh my god, I'm so tired. Anyways, The Mandalorian was a TV show that ended recently. Season 2 did.
Didn't
It was
end.
Spoilers.
It was. Isn't it
the
still
season. The season finished. The season ended.
chapter?
Is the season a chapter? Or,
I don't know.
I think each episode's a chapter, right?
Yeah.
So each episode's a book, or
There was a Christmas special today. Anybody watch that?
I actually did.
Did not.
I didn't. So Kyle, go ahead, talk about it.
Tell us about it, Kyle.
The Christmas special was just basically a making of. They go into a bit of a background about each episode, including like the actors involved, kind of have little things they say about like the directors for that episode say what they were trying to do and what kind of set design they had to use and costumes and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's only like an hour or something, and they cover all 8 episodes.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's pretty neat. And you do get the sense that like each episode is its own little self-contained thing. It's even got its own director, and
Yeah, they
they'll
each have a
have,
different director.
and they'll do wildly different sets for different things. Like they have a nice way to make sets without green screens. They like project the images on the wall instead of having green screen, and it looks a lot better.
Almost like a VR type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
And sometimes that doesn't work though, so they have to build a set or go outside and
Cool.
stuff like that. It's kind of neat. I'm into all that stuff though. So if you're not into how things get made, then don't watch it. It has nothing to do with the story or anything.
Then I won't watch it. I do enjoy that stuff. Maybe I will watch it down the road, but if it had to do with the story, I'd be more inclined to watch it.
It wasn't anything Christmassy. The closest thing was the guy who plays Boba Fett playing a song on guitar.
To Baby Yoda.
No, that time it was just hanging out with directors. I saw a director of an episode playing a guitar to a Baby Yoda though.
I saw that. Like,
So that was
I saw
pretty
it on
cool.
Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, apparently that guy just walks around directing with a guitar. He's just like, he just gives his thoughts a soundtrack. He's thinking about how he wants the scene to be set up, and he'll play a little tune. It's interesting. But yeah, spoilers for the season finale. How about that freaking season finale?
Yeah, it was good. There's the first about half of it. There was a lot that I didn't like, but when Luke Skywalker came in, it was like, this is
Yeah, that was crazy.
As soon as the X-wing came in, and the one Mandalorian chick was like, "It's a lone X-wing." It's got to be Luke Skywalker.
I don't know why I kept on thinking it was Ahsoka, and then like as soon as Luke showed up, I'm like, why did I not get that?
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't get it till they showed his glove. I honestly was like, oh, and a lone X-wing, that's cool. I wonder who has a lone X-wing. And then
The glove was just the get off for me too, because then it's like, all right, who's got a green lightsaber? Like, it's just like there's so many telling points where it's
yeah,
Yeah, right.
should have gotten
How
it with
did
a
I not know?
lightsaber. It's a very iconic lightsaber.
But yeah, I mean, it's got each lightsaber too. If you're more into the fine details, like obviously they shown the hilt of the lightsaber, which is Luke Skywalker's hilt as well. So little things. I couldn't pick that one out, but I knew obviously from the glove. But I kind of like when it was flying in, when they said it's a lone X-wing, I'm like, is it really Luke Skywalker? And then when she calls in, like, identify yourself, and nobody answered, I'm like, this is going to be Luke Skywalker. And then to do the lightsaber killing all the.
That was so cool. They set
I was
that up
not
so
impressed
good.
with the CGI work though.
With his
With
face.
his face.
Yeah,
There were some bad parts when he would move his head, and even like his lip movements, it wasn't that
It was
good.
off sync.
Yeah, but what they had to work with, I think it was fine. Although, I mean, if you remember Rogue One, when they showed General Tarkin like that, I was amazed at that. I was like, "There's no way this
That was
guy's
pretty
still
good.
alive."
No, yeah, he's dead.
That was all CGI, and that was insane.
That was really good.
So,
They might update it if they can find a way to make it look better. That's
they probably
one thing.
will. I mean, that's something that they could just easily do and stick back, right on Disney Plus with no issue. You don't have to reshoot anything, just redo the digital part.
Yeah, but yeah, fortunately, I don't think that was the crux. Seeing the realistic Luke fakes, it's more about his presence. He was just a force. Pardon my pun. But yeah, it didn't ruin the emotion of the scene, because he was the crazy mysterious presence. He didn't have to be super detailed about that. It would have been better if it wasn't distracting though. It was a little distracting. But I thought the scene where the Mandalorian guy, Din or whatever his name is, takes off his helmet for Yoda, that was pretty sweet.
Yoda? You mean?
Grogu, my bad.
I don't know. that part, and then this episode before it, like you built up the entire first season.
Yeah,
I'm not taking my helmet off. I'm not taking my helmet off. It's
this is the way.
the way. And then the last 2 episodes, you take it off.
Well, this is part where his character's changing because they've said where
Mhm.
the clan. As far as how Mandalore goes, like they're all in individual clans, and basically each clan has a leader, and then there's the overall leading Mandalorian, which is the person who carries the darksaber. So his clan that he's with has been described as basically like a radical old Mandalorian way where it's helmet on all the time, but that's not how all the Mandalorians are. And now he's hanging out with Boba Fett, who obviously him and his father Jango Fett never wore their helmet a whole lot. As far as Boba Fett, they really didn't show him in the movies though. But and then the what are they called? The Night Owls. They don't wear their helmet unless they're battling. So he might change. I think that there's still going to there's going to be some fighting point, I believe, where you're going to see Bo-Katan and the Night Owls fighting against the Armorer, because the Armorer was
Ooh.
basically the leader
She's
of
like that
that clan. And
den mother.
Yeah, they were very big on bringing back the old ways. So now you're going to have, that, chaotic good, chaotic bad kind of fighting against each other probably for the right to Mandalore. So only thing that's kind of goofy, I don't really understand why they decided to go that, but the whole Bo-Katan is not. She has to fight Din now for control. Like she couldn't just take the darksaber. Yeah. In the Clone Wars TV show, she gets the darksaber from the previous Mandalore leader by just, it's your turn now, and she hands it to her, and then she takes it, and everything's fine. So for whatever reason, they're deciding not to do that this time. I don't know why, but
They just need to have that as a plot device. That's gonna happen when you have so many different people, so many different mediums and stuff. It probably happened a lot when they were doing active comic books and novels and stuff. They just have to retcon things to make the story work.
They do that quite often.
As long as it's not something major, I can forgive it. As long as it's not super distracting. But it's just, when you have that much stuff and particular rules, stuff like that bound to happen.
I hated the scene where they're walking through that corridor where it's just a hallway and then it's space on the sides of it.
Yeah, that was not
It was such a forced scene.
Yeah.
It was just this is so stupid.
Space OSHA. They need that.
Yeah. What if you just trip? I don't know. I stumbled over my feet and now you're dead.
No railing.
Yeah. It's completely unsafe.
Yeah. Well, they were the bad guys, right? It was one of their ships.
Yeah.
Maybe you need like special access to get into the room, and they just overrided it. So they caused the
See the
safety.
point of that room though. That's what it was such a forced scene. That way you could allow the night owls to fly up after the other girls were cornered.
Yeah.
Because that was that scene. That was it. And then after that, you didn't care about the corridor. It's it's just stupid.
I didn't understand.
They were just making cool looking action.
There was that, and the part that got me the most was when what's her name, Cara Dune, is that her, the big chick? She's got that. She pulls out that giant gun. I knew it was a machine gun. It was a full automatic laser rifle, but because it had that drum barrel underneath it. And I'm looking at that like this gun wouldn't require a drum barrel because it fires light. It doesn't fire bullets. And then she gets a few rounds off and she goes, "Oh, it's jammed." There's no
I
bullet
thought the same
inside
thing.
of it. It's bad. Like those that as far as the lore goes, it's a battery pack that goes on it and it fires bolts of light. Like that's all it is. It wouldn't jam.
There's probably some moving parts somewhere, but yeah.
Maybe.
It's stupid.
As far as jamming goes, it wouldn't jam.
Yeah, and her way of fixing it, slamming it
against.
Well, maybe she's on a sandy planet. It happens. I don't know how their technology works. Maybe they have moving batteries. But yeah, I think that was just for comedy more than anything.
Was it the previous episode before where Bill Burr had to get him into that fortress there or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to scan. They need to find the leader of current Empire's location, which apparently they just allow that on any computer. And they got to do a facial. It's a facial recognition in which a guy who's not even part of the Empire can walk up and scan his face, like, oh yeah, here's our coordinates. I didn't really understand that either. Why they wrote that in there.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah.
No alarm went off saying, "Who the heck are you?" Trying to get our dude's coordinates, but we just gave it to him anyways.
That happens.
I mean, I like that.
It's all
That
you know.
episode was a good episode.
I can be forgiving because I understand they're just trying to create these story moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess there is a few stupid things.
That was an episode where if you look past the action, there's a lot of holes.
Yeah.
The second to last one or the last one?
The second to last one. Like, how come all of a sudden the stormtroopers could kill the raiders that were coming after them?
Yeah, because
They can't hit anything. They're historically known for not hitting anything. And then you can take out a whole army of raiders.
They had a lot of people there, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
that's been my gripe. Probably, well, I mean, I have a few gripes, but as far as the current season, there's been 2 episodes now where they fight stormtroopers quite a bit, and the stormtroopers miss every single shot
Mhm.
until it comes time for Din to do something, and then they hit him with every shot, and it hits him
Mhm.
just his Beskar. But they don't miss other than hitting his Beskar because they need to show off that his Beskar can.
Mhm.
It's just kind of, some of it is poor writing, yeah, but
Yeah, that's fair. It's a little weird that he has like these spots open in his armor and stuff too.
yeah, they don't hit him there, but they only hit him on the Beskar. But if
Even
he's not there, they can't hit anybody else.
The super troopers or dark troopers couldn't even pinpoint those open spots, apparently.
All right.
They're just going to keep punching his helmet when you could have just punched his neck.
They're powerful. They're not smart.
Supposed to be a super soldier. You should be smart.
Nah. Then they'll be like, we don't want to
Smart
be
enough
part
to
of
fly
the.
back through the weird corridor.
Yeah, they took them like a half hour though. They fell out of the spaceship and they're like, "Whoa, we're in space.
I really don't think there was even any necessary need for.
What are we supposed to do?"
Because you can't. I mean, as far as like if the New Order is coming, as far as an organization after the Empire, in which there's no robotic soldiers in the New Order, so you
Well, that's
had
'cause they all
these.
died.
Well, I understand that, but why even write them in for? You have them there for basically 2 scenes. There's really no point except for to show Luke Skywalker, cut through him like butter.
I mean, that was a cool moment, I thought.
Oh, it was a great moment.
They built up these super soldiers and they were so super that it took, the super soldier on our side, the Jin, like 20 minutes or so to kill, almost died in the process. And then Luke Skywalker comes and it shows the true power of the Jedi, which is something the movies aren't great at usually. I don't know. I liked it.
It was a good episode. It was a good season. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I
it's
liked
not
it better
perfect,
There's
but-
definitely some parts where it's like, ugh.
Eh.
Like, it was just lapse in writing or whatever it was.
I'm excited for season 3. I think it's going to be more actiony, obviously, because Grogu's gone. So now it's going to be more about the Mandalorian, hopefully doing Mandalorian stuff, not hanging out with a 50-year-old baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious what the big bad's going to be for season 3.
It's probably going to
assuming-
be a political fight for Mandalore, and I like Rick's idea with the I don't know, this is just hypothesis, but like the Armorer and their squad of Mandalorians are probably going to try to fight to claim Mandalore, and then the blue people, and there's probably other people too, because Mandalore is a whole planet and it's got tons of different, very very different cultures, and so it's going to be like a struggle for power, and then it just so happens that our guy, the Mandalorian, is
Right.
actually the leader. What's he gonna do? Whose side is he gonna be on?
That's
Take
that's
yourself
why
out.
that's what I figure it's going to be, is because that's just a classic like movie or TV prop where now his old clan wants it. So who does he go with? The people that are clearly the good guys, but his old radical side also probably wants it. So I'm
They
assuming
did
that's
raise
what-
him, so he might feel like he owes them something because they were like his family growing up. We'll see.
Wonder where the book of Boba or whatever, book of Fett
Book of Fett.
Yeah, the book
fits in there.
I don't know.
maybe. I know that that's going to be its own spin-off series.
That does look pretty cool.
I thought it was interesting that they announced they're going to be doing that. They didn't announce it during the big when they announced all the other projects, but they announced that, and they announced they're going to be making a Luke Skywalker series, which is during this time.
Oh
So
yeah,
they're
you don't have to
they're
announce it.
rebooting.
You just
Yeah.
wait 2 more weeks and then they announce it anyways. I mean, the book of Fett would be cool, but like, what's it entail?
It's probably
know.
like a crime drama on that planet. It looks like he's trying to. This is a Christmas movie, right?
That's Christmas movie cast.
Try not to distract. That's why I wanted to. So
God.
Yeah, I don't know
I-
what it's going to really entail, other than he just took over the Hut Syndicate. So now
yeah.
he's
So
going to
presumably they have like debts and people that I assume they want power. Why else would they go to Boba Fett like that? That place of business with all the traps and stuff. I don't
They're
know.
just going to be running a bounty hunter syndicate.
That'd be cool. Maybe. I don't know. What does Boba Fett is what the son? He's a clone of Jango Fett, and he's like his adopted son, right?
Yes.
So then he
And then
wanted.
Boba Fett and
He adopted himself.
Yeah, Boba Fett in the original 3 was a bounty hunter that was set to track down different people. So
Yeah. So
Why not
what
that?
were his before he got eaten? What were his motivations? He probably just wanted money, right?
Yeah, he worked for Jabba the Hutt at that point. That's who he was doing most of his dealings with, was that, and then obviously the Empire when he was chasing Han Solo. But he was kind of chasing Han Solo just because of Jabba the Hutt.
Okay. So yeah, he probably just wants money. So maybe he's like, this guy made tons of money from here doing stuff that I can do. So maybe he's gonna try to become the new Jabba the Hutt of that area, except he can actually enforce his own things because he's basically a super soldier.
That dude's going to be busy as heck too as an actor, because you figure that show coming out, The Bad Batch. That's
Oh, is that
Bad
him too?
Batch. Well, yeah, the Bad Batch is it's a group of rogue clone soldiers.
So he's
So I don't know how many there are, but it's a little group, so probably at least 4, maybe 6, and they're all gonna have to be him.
probably
So he's
yeah.
gonna have to do the voice for all of those characters that are in part of the Bad Batch.
Is that live action or animated?
I'm assuming it's gonna be live action. I really don't know. I'm assuming that all these shows are gonna be live action. I haven't read that any of them are gonna be animated.
when did
That's interesting.
the Attack of the Clones? Is that the second one?
Yeah.
When did that one come out?
2002.
So he has really not aged well, but that makes sense. It's been 18 years.
I haven't aged well in the last year.
True.
I think he was 40 something in Clone Wars. I'm pretty sure when he was playing Jango Fett. So this puts him at,
60.
close to
Almost 60.
He's not 60. So that's why, like they say, as far as like Boba Fett's character, he looks a lot older than what Boba Fett actually would be. That's why there was a lot of talk he was actually going to be playing Captain Rex, which is a clone, because that would make more sense because they were aging faster. So him playing as Captain Rex, because Captain Rex also worked with Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
So but they made him.
Wasn't he was like Anakin's go-to guy, right?
Yeah,
like,
he was. He did not partake. He did not partake in.
Order 66.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay, that's good. That must have taken some crazy will.
Something. Well, the Bad Batch didn't partake in it either, so it kind of lets you know they're not all. I don't know if they're supposed to be like. I don't know how if they're programmed or brainwashed or whatever.
Sorry. Yeah, I think that was some kind of genetic programming or whatever. I don't know. Midichlorians. Blah blah blah. There's a lot of hand waving in the science fantasy movies. Just stuff just works or doesn't. What hand waving?
Hand waving.
What are the
My
background
hair.
you got there, Kyle?
Let's see. Let's go to the next topic while I'm doing this. Does anyone have anything else about Mandalorian or the other Star Wars shows?
Why do you look like an Oompa Loompa right now?
Yeah, you turned really orange, bro.
You got a green shirt on.
I don't know. Did that help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I just turn red, or orange or whatever it was.
At least you're not turning blue.
The hair takes over.
Orange, you're turning. Wait, that doesn't work. My name's not orange. All right. So NHL is coming back. Or does anyone have anything else for the Star Wars stuff?
I'm good.
Oh, I do. I mean, I don't. It's not really too big, but I was just pretty mesmerized by the pretty decent cast that they put together for all these different episodes. Like the chick that played Ahsoka, she's in a lot of stuff. Bill Burr was
Rosario
in.
Dawson.
Yep.
John Leguizamo was in a couple of the episodes.
Yeah, it's like wow. Like I was pretty blown away by.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty high caliber cast, and then like watching the credit scenes and stuff, and it's all different directors, and it was Bryce Dallas Howard does a few episodes there. I'm like, oh shoot, that's the girl from whatchamacallit from
Jurassic World.
yeah, Jurassic World. I'm like, oh
I mean,
Taika, who did Ragnarok, Thor
Yeah,
Ragnarok,
that's right.
he does it.
it's
A lot-
Star Wars, so it's a lot of them just they want to be. I mean, that's why The Force Awakens happened and Rogue One. There's a lot of high profile actors that are in those movies that they just want in it. So like Simon Pegg is in The Force Awakens. He plays the big yellow dude that trades food for scrap. Like a lot of these big actors are taking roles.
well, yeah,
there were some high.
Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper.
Yeah, he didn't have any lines, didn't do anything. He was just a stormtrooper in a crowd.
Oh.
Ed Sheeran was too.
Yeah, like they just
Really?
want to be in Star Wars.
Money talks, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sure
just,
some of
you
them
go
probably
home and be
did.
like, I was in Star Wars. That's me right there walking, not talking.
So everyone's just a fan.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
all just they want to be in Star Wars. They want to say they're in Star Wars, which I would totally do. Obviously, that's easy.
With Mandalorian, is that most of the big names are just voices. Yeah. Jason Bateman. I know when they're robbing the prison, the space prison, the droid there that was just staying on the ship, he's a big name over. Kyle, you would know him. He's in that IT show with a big fro.
Yeah. I forget his name. It's hilarious.
But like he's especially over in the BBC world, he's a huge name.
Is that the guy that's in Night Watch or whatever? With
Yeah. The alien.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's Jason Bateman, like Bill Burr. Honestly, like there's a lot of big names. So like Rick said, they just want to be connected to Star Wars.
And they probably also Disney's probably willing to drop major bucks because they're trying to build the fan base right now. So maybe in a few
First
years,
season, I can't agree with that.
No, that was the hook. They were just trying to hook people into it.
First
So that's why
season,
they-
it was you're coming off of 3 straight failures of blockbuster supposedly movies. You're not, if you're a corporate company, you're not going to be like, here's millions of dollars for something that's failed us 3 straight times. You're the bar was kind of set, I think, a little bit lower, and then it far exceeded it.
Okay.
Mainly due to the writing and directing.
Okay. Well, they definitely got a bigger budget for the second season because the action was crazy.
Oh yeah, you can see the difference in the 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, you were able to pay Mark Hamill
Yeah.
to pretty much make a cameo for all intents and purposes.
Mhm.
It's a huge cameo, but
Yeah. I mean, they get him for a lot of Batman stuff, so he can't be. I don't know. Maybe
but the special, his legacy is Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
He's known for other things, but his legacy is Luke Skywalker.
probably. And Twitter. He's pretty active on Twitter. I don't think that'll be his legacy though.
No, it was
Uh,
not around in the 80s or 90s.
yeah, you're right. All right.
Thank God.
Yeah. I've done too much in my life on social media as is. Probably good I didn't grow up with it. All right. So the NHL is coming though.
That it
Yeah,
is.
NHL's back.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gone. So
The off season that happens.
yeah. Okay. So this is just the natural off season. So it's when does it normally start? Is it on time?
No.
No, it's
This is
usually starts in October.
Okay.
This is far from natural.
Yeah.
Okay. And well, they have other sports leagues to go off of now, so that's probably good. For like what works and what doesn't. Think they're gonna have cardboard fans?
I don't know.
I don't think they did that. Not like baseball did. I think they just covered the seats with like big posters and nonsense like that.
They did a bubble.
Yeah.
And that was for 24 teams.
Yeah.
Now you have 31, and you're not doing a bubble. But there
Ooh.
have been teams say there will be fans.
Yeah, Dallas will have fans.
I think
Mhm.
Arizona will too.
Yeah, they are going to have fans. So they have two teams now too, because San Jose is going to be in Arizona for a while.
Yeah, because they can't play in, what, are they in Santa Clara County too or whatever? Like
Yep, them and the
Niners?
49ers. Yep.
Arizona's in so much worse shape than California, but you could play over there. That's like when the Bills were playing the Niners, they were talking about like how the infection rate is so much worse in Arizona than it is in Santa Clara, but Santa Clara has stricter guidelines.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, much
the
stricter
team-
out there in California.
yeah, the teams that are allowing fans are the very loose states with this.
Yeah.
That's why Tampa and that's the only Florida team I can think of right now. Oh, and Florida.
Florida Panthers.
They'll probably have. What other Florida team? Florida?
They're non-existent.
They
They
don't
don't
even-
have people.
Surprised they're
even
even a
doing-
team. I mean,
Yeah.
they're allowing fans, and they probably still won't get fans.
We're only gonna allow 2,000 fans. Well, you only get 1,000 to come.
That's a normal night.
Yep. But then they'll have an excuse for the numbers. It'll be good. It'll look good to their boss. Like, we filled half of the seats.
We sold out.
Yeah.
16 people. Yep. I
Right,
like the
what-
Tickets on
divisions.
sale.
I like the division setup. I'm excited to see that all Canada division. It's a pretty cool idea.
It'll be
I
interesting.
mean, obviously, the only reason why they're doing it is because they have to, because Canada won't allow any border travel. Which
They almost didn't in general. Up till I think yesterday or the day before, the Canadian government didn't pass the rule to allow them to play.
yeah.
So there was almost talks that they were going to have all the Canadian teams were going to have to come down and play in the States somewhere. But they
Well, I almost wonder I mean, because they are strict, and obviously, I mean, what's going to happen when? Because it probably will happen. What's going to happen when one of those Canadian teams has a couple people get coronavirus during the season? Like, and they got to postpone a game because they're going to be postponing games, just like the NBA already has, the NFL has. They're going to be doing that at some point. So
When does the season start?
13th.
January 13th.
Oh yeah, they're not going to be able to get vaccines before then, probably for the players.
I thought. Go ahead, Jake.
NBA doesn't have a taxi squad
Yes.
Ooh,
where
taxi
it's
squad.
literally you have 6 people, and I think it's gonna be regulated. It's 5 skaters and 1 goalie, where basically they're there for when, not even if, when there is COVID cases.
Okay.
They're
So
like
if
subs.
Jack Eichel gets it and Casey Middlestat's part of the taxi squad, then you just plug Casey Middlestat in
Why is
So-
it called taxi squad?
because they hang out in taxis.
Pretty much.
Oh.
They're
There's
on
really
call.
going to be like X amount of people.
So they're just
amount of
okay. So they can go to any team. Like
No. Well,
No.
each team has its own taxi squad. So each team has an extra 6 players set aside.
okay,
to make
why are
sure-
they? They're
NFL
not.
has a
They're not
practice.
there then. Okay.
Yeah, they're not part of the team officially until they're called upon.
Okay.
Kind of, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they are, but they're not.
Like they're Buffalo. They're signed by the
Yes.
Buffalo Sabres, for instance, local. They are part of the Buffalo Sabres. They are paid by the Buffalo Sabres. They may not play for the Buffalo Sabres until there is a COVID
Okay.
case.
Issue, yes.
Yeah,
Like the NFL has practice squads, and they have
Okay.
a certain set of rules for the amount of call-ups a practice squad for the regular teams, and then because of COVID, they're a lot more lenient on it. This is
Mm.
basically the NHL's version of the practice squad.
Okay.
So
So
still
you
the
think
never,
only
you
reason
can,
why there is a delay in games to the NFL was because of major outbreaks, that could absolutely happen, but that only happened surprisingly only twice.
I still think it's going to raise some issues with Canada as far as the government goes. Once a Canadian team gets a couple players, or even, I mean, who knows what's going to happen if just one gets it. They might, if they're just now deciding that they can play in the country, then they might be waiting for a couple players on a single team to get it and then shut everything down. I think it's going to cause an issue.
Canada will be interesting because they're a lot more stricter, especially you got a lot of the junior seasons have been on delay or canceled. So
like
I don't think the think
rules.
U.S. citizens aren't allowed in Canada unless you work, right?
Essential business.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have the time, like I could technically go to Canada, but I would have to stay up there for 2 weeks to quarantine or whatever the government deems it. Now ours says 10 days instead of 14 days. But whatever it is the quarantine limit. And then I can stay up there. But I can't just like go up there, go to Hockey Hall of Fame,
go for the day,
come back down.
Yeah.
Same thing, vice versa. They can come down here, but they have to stay here for a minimum.
Sorry.
Just fucking keep the same background.
I wasn't trying to change my background. I was trying to mute it so I didn't blow up your ears by coughing or burping or whatever. I don't remember.
But yeah, if you can quarantine, you are technically allowed. That's why a lot of players stick with Ricky Sharks, I guess, or go to Joe Thornton's over in Sweden. And he's no longer part of the Sharks, but he will always be a Shark. He's overseas playing. A lot of players are, but they got to come back over here.
Yeah.
International travel is banned unless you can quarantine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like if you go to the airport, you got to write down your information, where you came from, how long you're there, how long you're going to be here. It's a lot more bigger process than customs. But it is technically allowed. It's just very strict.
Mm.
And frowned upon, I guess, as a Joe Schmo would do.
Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo, number 0.
Yep.
I don't remember him.
It's forgettable.
I guess.
But yeah, Canada will be the one to watch. The other ones, I think they'll be fine. They'll go off without a hitch.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because they're doing the series to limit traveling.
Yep. I'm curious how these playoffs are going to be because you're could have a potential of 2, normal Western Conference teams playing in the Stanley Cup together.
Yeah.
Like you could have Colorado and Dallas, or like the way, I don't know how it's going to work because it's top 4 teams from each division make the playoffs, and it's seeded for the first 2 rounds, where it's 1 and 4 and 2 and 3, and then semifinals will be seeded again from that. But
I think it's cool.
Yeah, that's exactly how it will work. There is a possibility for 2 normal same conference teams to be in it. At the end of the day, it's interesting during it, but winner, it's just one winner.
Oh yeah, it's just
their Western team, but it will be interesting to look back 10 years from now and be like, oh, there's Nashville, Dallas in a Stanley Cup final.
Is there they give an update to your NHL game to have this schedule in? No, I really wish. I hope that they will.
I doubt it.
It'd be cool.
They haven't even really added the retro, reverse, alternate, or whatever jerseys yet.
Well, that requires assets like art and stuff. The pandemic structure, you just update like graphs and stuff.
You could do just a single season as it, like just do a single season in the division play and the playoffs. It could just be a side thing.
Seattle's confirmed happening, and they're not even in the game.
Yeah, but they're not till next year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if a one-off, they're not gonna forced into the game. Yeah. But like just thinking about it, like who did the Sabres play in '75 for the Stanley Cup Finals?
Flyers.
Exactly, who are now Eastern Conference. But like you don't really think twice of it.
It's like
it's just
it was the Western Conference forever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was the Wells and Campbells. It's like when Gretzky and the Kings, when they went to the Stanley Cup against Montreal, they had to play Toronto in the semifinals or the conference finals. So it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like it is weird during it now. And in the coming couple of years, it'll be interesting to talk about. But
Yeah.
No, it'll be
20 years down the road, we'll be like, oh, Dallas won the Stanley Cup. That's cool.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Well,
It was all when Gary Bettman came over because he was I'm pretty sure he's the one that did it because he was the commissioner of the NBA and he did East and West in the NBA.
It was the
And then he
assistant
came to the
commissioner
NHL.
behind David Stern.
Yeah, and then he came over to the NHL and he did it for the NHL too. Which I mean, as far as money goes, it's a lot cheaper playing your coast and coast rather than LA being in possibly the same division as Toronto. It's kind of stupid, but so I think the East and West makes a lot more sense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's look at it now, like back in the day. I mean, you're talking before the Houston Texans when they became, they joined the NFL in 2002. The Arizona Cardinals were part of the NFC East. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Well,
but it's just because of the conference
The
realignment.
Bills just won the AFC East. There have been 4 other teams that have won the AFC East title before they just won it.
Yeah,
There's only 4 teams now. The Colts.
Yeah.
oh,
So it's
man.
like you get realignment every
Well, Tampa
5
Bay,
years. It seems like.
Tampa Bay used to be in the NFC North with the Vikings.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting, for the season. For Sabres, it's like, all right, we're not playing Toronto, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
But
The only real division rival we had this year is Boston. But it'd be neat playing some different teams that we don't play on a regular basis.
I can't even consider them rivals because we're so bad.
No, I know. I'm just saying, Boston, we played. They're in our division.
Yeah, they're same division
Yeah.
teams that we're used to.
Yeah.
I don't even know how good the teams are. Like, I haven't paid much attention. And with last year being cut in half, I couldn't really keep track as far as who was good and who was bad, other than, obviously the Lightning won the cup and beat Dallas.
I think this year and last year will probably have an asterisk. That'll probably go for all sports. That, like, if you're looking at the dynasties or something, it's like if the Bills win the Super Bowl this year, it'll never be considered that great of an achievement because there's so many teams that got screwed over. I'm sure.
I think
That's
NFL.
That's part of the challenge, though, is you have to come through adversity.
But if you're
Yeah.
trying to say like this,
The NFL is
for
a bit
any-
different because they didn't change their schedule. They kept it. It's not like the MLB cut their schedule down to how many
Yeah.
games they play, 60, which, I mean, it's still, you look at that, like, I wouldn't put an asterisk on it because you've played in shortened lockout years and
I
nobody's
was waiting for saying that.
Yeah, the Blackhawks.
Otherwise, the lockout seasons are asterisks.
Yeah.
You don't think if you're having a discussion about like what's the greatest teams in history and you're like, oh, this team won these seasons, you're not going to be like, this season though that was a little weird, and there were some teams that probably should have won but got like their star player didn't play that year or whatever.
Teams,
Because of
no,
COVID.
because you can have season-ending injuries. They had Tom Brady and the Patriots in 2008 or whatever. They have a week 1 season-ending injury. That's the greatest quarterback of all, the greatest player of all time. Like, that can happen. I will say,
Okay.
team accolades, no asterisks. Player accolades, asterisks.
Especially when
Okay.
it comes to like award voting and whatnot, because like the last lockout, I can't remember how many games it was, but Jamie Benn won the Art Ross for most points. He had 86. It's like,
I'm thinking like baseball, like DJ LeMahieu just bat almost 400. Well, batting
that's what I was
400 in a
460
60-game season is a heck of a lot easier than doing it in 160.
Okay,
See,
so
you
that's
have
when
guys
you'd
in
be
the
like,
playoffs bet 400, 500 in the playoffs, but it's because they're only playing, they're not playing that
Yeah.
many games.
Yeah, so like that's as far as asterisks go, it's very hit or
so,
miss.
so you're saying because every team is facing the same struggles, they should that's all the same, but the
Yeah.
players, they can be special circumstances that don't compare to other years.
Yeah.
Players stats.
stats,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Stats, records, award
I mean,
voting.
even like hockey, Rocket Richards most goals. Well, okay, fine. That's not per game goals or whatever. It's just most goals.
Yeah.
So like that doesn't deserve an asterisk. Honestly, batting average is probably the most standout one that I can think of.
Yeah.
As far as asterisks goes.
That's the only
like-
one that you can really, cause even, I mean, maybe points per game for hockey, but as far as overall, assists and points and goals, they're playing only 56 games. Absolutely zero shot that somebody's going to score more goals in those 56 games than anybody has in 82 the previous years.
Yeah.
So those aren't
Exactly.
going to be a big deal.
NFL, it's rearranged games, but everybody so far, at least there's only 2 weeks left, will be playing the same amount of games. They all face the same challenges. Some people have taken it seriously and some haven't, and that's on them then. Yeah. But every year there is season-ending injuries. Saquon Barkley is one of the best running backs in the league. He's not out for the year because of COVID. He's out for the year because he tore his ACL. Mm-hmm. You know, that's stuff that you deal with on a year-to-year basis.
See, Patterson didn't play today.
Yeah, he's getting ready for the draft.
Bulls running back, he got injured supposedly. Middle, they said it was like third quarter of the MAC title game.
Yeah, he's going to the draft.
Getting ready for the draft.
Yeah, I didn't even see if they won. That's knew they were tied.
They won.
Saying you're injured right before a draft, though, it might not be the best play.
And he's good. They got the combine, so he'll be able to go out there and flex and be fine.
Look how good I'm doing, even though I'm injured.
Michigan alum Jake Butt, I love his last name. Tight end from years ago, played a bowl game, tore his ACL, and he didn't get drafted because of it. He was a top prospect tight end, and then he didn't even get drafted.
Yep.
I mean, that is a difference of like millions of dollars, pretty much.
There's a lot of guys that aren't playing in bowl games now. It's a new trend.
They have an opportunity to get drafted in the NFL, yeah.
So, and it's a financial decision.
Yeah.
You're talking difference of getting 40,000 or getting 1.2 million.
Yeah. It's good. It gives other people opportunity too, because they might not have looked as good in the bowl game with all these star players were playing.
That's right. They're being good team players.
Mm-hmm. They're like, we're going to showcase some other talent in the bowl games. That's good.
Anybody I don't know. Any thoughts on some front runners for hockey coming up?
I have no idea who's made what moves. I've seen some names just got signed the other day, and I was like, oh, didn't even realize they were free agents.
Is Ovechkin still in the league?
Sure is. Yeah. He's in the Sabres division this year.
Ooh.
Washington.
He's one person I feel bad for.
Yeah.
Because he's chasing the goal record, and age doesn't stop because of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
But the seasons have been shortened.
Yeah,
and like he needed full seasons to complete this record. One of the records that was supposed to stand for time.
Yeah.
And he hasn't or had an opportunity to break it, but he might not now.
He might be just short. Unless he has another stellar year.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he did the year that we had that last shortened season in the lockout. I can't remember.
Well, 04, I know Crosby was drafted for that year, so he didn't play. I can't remember if Ovechkin was drafted the lockout year or the following was his actual rookie season.
Him and Crosby shared the same rookie season.
Yeah, but were they in the same draft?
No, they're both the first overall picks.
Okay, so Crosby was the year before.
Yeah.
The year that the lockout happened was Crosby's rookie season. Technically rookie season, so he missed that first year of play because of the lockout.
Yep.
So
he's also missed a shit ton of games because of concussions.
Yep. Yeah, he's actually lucky he still plays.
I've never had a concussion.
They suck.
You can look at him.
Not fun.
I bet.
I had a few.
Is Rick frozen?
No, I'm here.
Have you had a concussion?
Oh. I don't know. I used to get punched in the head in high school and my nose would bleed. I don't know if that's concussion or not.
Oh.
Blood clots. That
was not. We were just standing in the hallway.
But
we weren't fighting. What?
It wasn't during the blood clots. No, it was other times.
Oh, different
it
gangs.
Happened like 3
Happened what?
Different gangs. Concert 2 got elbowed in the back of the head. Blood everywhere.
Pretty sweet.
Ow.
It was awesome.
I think I got a concussion the other day at work.
Yeah?
I ran into a truck. Yeah.
How did you do that, Sean?
Long story short, the operation before me, person has to put a tailgate bumper in. They had lowered the tailgate down. I'd come in early, so I'm not used to the operator. Normally does it on my shift, lowering the tailgate down. So I want to shoot the hook in the back. I'm just walking, going to look at my spot, and smack right into the back of the tailgate.
Ow.
Nice big
You
gas.
get hurt on the weirdest things at work.
Yeah.
Cutting your head open or whatever on the freaking paint line.
The paint line, yeah.
Yep,
So I remember asking, why did you walk through there? I don't know.
Trying to get through.
Because he's so focused on the work, he's not paying attention to his surroundings.
Focused.
I broke my glasses. I was so pissed.
Yeah.
I didn't care about it. I was like, you need to go to medical. I'm like, I'm good. I just need glasses.
Yep. It's good times.
Okay. I think that's a good point to stop. You guys
All
all
right.
good?
Anybody got anything else?
Happy Christmas, everybody.
Bye.
This has been, sorry, it wasn't super high energy, but you know, whatever. I had fun.
All right,
Have a
take
good
care.
day.
That was
Merry
great.
Christmas.